Welcome to another edition of In Depth with the Bengals. Today, our guest has a very important chore to take care of over the next little bit of time. Joel Moersch from the athletics department, who I never can remember the official title, but I always call it the Director of Major Giving. And I don't know how close that is to what your title actually is, Joel.
I've been called a lot worse, but you're spot on. It's associate athletic director for major gifts. So yeah, that's what the focus is trying to do some big things here.
Well, and doing some big things is exactly what you're involved in this week. If I'm not mistaken, day before yesterday, you started a new fundraising drive.
That's right. You know, we kicked off our what we're calling the Prepare to Roar fundraising campaign, and it's a comprehensive fundraising campaign for all of our individual sport clubs. We have 9 individual sport clubs at ISU, and in addition to those, we also have a fund set up for strength and conditioning, where head coach Dan Ryan utilizes those funds to make his efforts even stronger than they are. And then we have the Champions Fund, which I know a lot of the Bengal fans have supported in the past. We have the football alumni team, which raises funds for football summer school and the football alumni team scholarship endowment. And last but certainly not least, we have Bengal Athletic Boosters. So even though that fund drive already took place, that's part of this initiative as well. So to say it's all inclusive would be an understatement.
All inclusive is right. And I do want to delineate exactly the detailed differences between this drive, Prepare to Roar, and the annual Bengal Athletic Booster Drive. That drive, all of the money it raises goes to athletic scholarships. And
yes.
From what I understand here, this is kind of like buying the pencils and textbooks, and not the academic things, but it's the tools that our athletic teams need to get their jobs done.
That's a great way of putting it. You know, I was on the phone with one of our alumni he's one of our volunteer callers, Dave Vandegrift, this morning. And we were talking about the same thing. You know, it doesn't matter where Bengals want to give because every gift has a huge impact. And like you mentioned, we do have the opportunity to give to BAB, and that's for scholarships. And that's absolutely fundamental for our program for our 300 plus student athletes. But yes, this campaign is focused more on, you know, the behind the scenes type of funding that each of our programs need. You know, as everybody's well aware, there were some slight budget cuts across campus, and this is a great way for the Bengal donor community to step up and, you know, help fill that gap for each of our programs. And it can be specific to whichever program or programs they're most passionate about.
Give me some examples of some of the kinds of things that the money being raised in the Prepare to Roar campaign will be used.
You know, a great place to check out where all the listings for that is actually on our isubengals.com webpage. If in the top bar you click Give Now on the far right-hand side, it takes you to our crowdfunding site. And I just throw in a pitch for that because that actually has a description of where the dollars go for each of our individual sport clubs. But a great example, you know, we did a post about it yesterday about the impact to Bengal football. And gifts that came in last year to the quarterback club helped offset the cost for a number of things, helped purchase a number of new items, whether it be equipment or nutritional needs for the student athletes when they're working out in the weight room. But 2 of the items that were purchased last year directly related to funds to the quarterback club were new weights and barbells in the strength and conditioning center. And the other one was the funds helped put on an academic champions dinner. And, you know, that's what we like to stress here. That's what all of our coaches stress. I know it's a huge deal for Coach Fenn and his staff, but really rewarding those that are getting it done in the classroom. And that's what the academic champions dinner is all about. So, you know, quarterback club members, fast break club members, cage club, I could go on and list all 9, but donors to those programs, you know, you're helping the coaches pay for those items that, you know, kind of help set them apart a little bit. And for some of the programs, it's helping them compete in the big sky. For some of the programs, you know, it's helping us stay atop of where we're at right now in the big sky. So any gift is appreciated to any of those areas.
And again, where do they find that website link?
That is on isubengals.com. And then you could click the Give Now button on the top far right, or you could hover over Bengal Boosters. And in the drop-down menu, there's an option that says hashtag prepare to roar.
All right, we'll encourage everybody to check that out. I've been there. There's a couple of videos on there that help explain why you're doing what you're doing. I also know that you don't enter into a venture like this without having a specific goal. Talk about what the goal is in terms of money that you hope to raise.
You know, right now we have our goal set at $150,000. The last time I jumped on there, I know we've already surpassed 90,000, and we're only in day 3. This campaign runs until Friday, November 6th, so we're making some great progress. You know, we appreciate the tremendous momentum that our donors have helped out with to this point. You know, right now we've actually had a couple conversations with donors that say we should raise our goal a little bit higher. We should set it to 200,000. So we'll see where we're at by this weekend. I know we have 10 teams making phone calls right now. Like you mentioned, you know, if you hop onto that crowdfunding site that we created, we have a short video from each of our team captains. You know, my number one goal with this campaign was to make it all inclusive across campus. We have one of our captains is our new dean of the College of Business, Shane Hunt. If you haven't met my friend Shane, he's a wonderful Bengal. We're so lucky to have him at Idaho State. But it was my goal to really create that feel that we're all in this together to support the student athletes. So we have the business school represented. We have a few alumni who are team captains as well. And like I mentioned, we have a number of head coaches as well and assistant coaches that have stepped up to help with this campaign.
I know when I went online yesterday and looked at the site, the donations were in that $60,000+ range. And then today, when I go on, there it is, as you said, above $90,000, which would seem to be great progress. And interestingly enough, you list the names and the amount that donors make.
Yeah, you know, that's something that we like doing. But the more important part of that is there's always an option to mark your name anonymous. You know, whether you're contacted by one of our volunteer callers or team captains, or even if you hop onto the website and make your gift online, there's always an option to be anonymous. You know, I know our donors, if you watch those videos, you know, the common theme amongst all those team captain videos is community. And what the folks love is the people here at ISU. I haven't met one donor yet that absolutely insists on having their name out there. But you know, to be a little biased, it helps. It helps when names are out there because friends, family members, other Bengals season ticket holders see that, the person I've been cheering on the Bengals with for the last 15 years just made a nice contribution. Maybe I should do the same. So, you know, the only other thing I want to mention is the competitive nature behind all of this. And that's why I absolutely love getting our team captains involved. You should hear them. I'm getting text messages just about every hour saying, hey, that last gift that came in, that was mine. And just the competitive nature, and it's all fun. But I didn't doubt for 1 minute that competitiveness wouldn't have been sparked by this campaign. And I'm glad to see it's going on.
Well, Joel, I want to wrap this up by, again, giving you an opportunity to tell all of our viewers how they can get involved. And unless it's the quarterback club or the cage club, there aren't specific levels of involvement. Am I right?
You're correct, Jerry. Right now, we just revamped our quarterback club and cage club. So on the giving site, there's actually a brochure for the 2020-21 member benefits for both of those programs. And again, that's for football and men's basketball. It's our goal to start to roll out some more benefits going forward. But for right now, just knowing that, you know, you also have to manage that when you do have benefits out there to make sure that the generous donors are getting, you know, the things that we promise as far as more access to the programs and, you know, a nice Adidas orange shirt on Bengal Wednesday or you name it. But as a reminder, all the information is on isubengals.com. Scroll over Give Now or click Give Now, or scroll over Bengal Boosters and click on hashtag Prepare to Roar. You can always contact any of us in the athletic department if you want to get involved. We're very easy to get a hold of. And, I just thanks again to all the Bengals supporters out there. I'm loving the momentum that we're seeing, and it's definitely the talk of the athletic department. And with the main point of this campaign is showing the student athletes that we have their back. Everybody's world's been turned upside down over the last 7+ months, and just to see some positive energy with all the donations that are coming in, our staff members in the athletic department are seeing what all of you donors are doing. So thank you so much.
Joel Moersch, Associate Athletic Director for Major Gifts at Idaho State University. We are so glad that you're on board. And thanks for ramrodding this major campaign, because there is no way to explain how much good it will do and how much help it will give to our athletic programs at ISU. Thanks again for all your work.
Thank you so much for having me back on, Jerry. It's good to see you. And we all miss the voice of the Bengals, so we love that you're doing these as well. So thank you.
Thanks a bunch. We've been in depth with Joel Moersch.